It's Carolyn V. Hamilton from Memoir to Legacy, and I want to talk to you about a really sensitive subject, and that's the question, how do I write about abuse in my memoir? This is such a sensitive subject. It brings up a lot of pain for people, and I understand that. And it's it's just something that many of us need to learn to address, and it can be done. And in writing about abuse, it's cathartic also. It helps you to get past the strong feelings of what happened. The best way to learn to write about abuse is to learn to write about your emotions. And there are emotional words that can be used. The easiest way to write about abuse, if there is an easy way, is to simply tell the truth. And tell the truth with movements and actions and dialogue about what is said. And the reader then can get the picture of what happened and make their own judgments about it. So you don't have to say, it was horrible, it was awful. You don't have to say anything that begins with it was. Because when you describe the actions and you repeat the dialogue to the best of your memory, that will give the reader the impression that they need to have in order to decide how they feel about what happened. Abuse can also be a sensitive subject to write about because for some reason, sometimes we don't want to hurt the abuser's feelings. Now, I know that may sound a little silly to some, but to others, it's really still a very sensitive and important thing to consider, especially if the abuser was a parent or a spouse. Begin with what I call throwing up on paper and write about what happened to the best of your ability. This is your experience, your memory, and this is your story. So simply write about it in the most upfront way that you can. Now, you can be perhaps a little too graphic, but where's that line? Who knows? So if you feel that what you're writing is graphic in its description, go for it. And then later on, you can let your beta readers decide if it's too graphic, if there's too much gory detail, so to speak. But you want to get it all down and get it out there as completely as you can. And then you can go from there because remember, it's part of a bigger story. And your bigger story is going to be about your total experience and the emotions and the things that you learned from that you want to share with your reader. So writing about abuse is simply writing about one aspect of your experience. And while it may be painful, it's going to go a long way towards sharing your emotions, which is really important, with your reader. I hope my thoughts on this have been a little helpful for you and a little encouraging for you to just look at what you're writing and don't worry about what anyone else is going to think right now. Just get it all down on paper. That's the most important thing. And if you found my take on this supportive and motivational and helpful, please like this video. Perhaps share it with someone else you know who might benefit from it. And tell me any thoughts you have about this in the comments below.